Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hello, everyone. I'm James, and well, I haven't done a video for a while. Not been in YouTube that long. Don't even know how many months now, and already I'm kind of a little bit erratic with the videos that I'm pulling up. I'm not really giving it the amount of time that it needs, but I've been poor excuse. I've been very, very busy at work. I've been working on some very big projects, and then family as well, concentrating on that. So I haven't really had too much time for videos, but I've actually been lucky enough to do a few fill-in reviews for body bags, which has been great fun. But now I'd actually thought I'd do one for my channel. And believe it or not, this is actually the fourth time that I'm trying to do this video. Over the past 2 months, I think, I've tried recording this 3 times and I've had really bad luck. So I'm actually using a different piece of software on my Mac now. Because although it's loaded, it's recorded all the sound, I've had loads of issues with the videos. It's frozen after 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. It's been a bit shit. But anyway, this video, I'm doing my Arrow video collection. The very first video I did was my Arrow video collection, and to be honest, it's not grown that much, but that was my very first one, and it was on my my iPhone, and it's kind of quite zoomed in, and it wasn't the best, so I kind of wanted to give it a bit of an update. I have a few more additions to the set, and I actually have some coming from the Arrow sale. There are only 2, but I thought I have a spare hour this evening. Just put my son to bed. My wife is going to be back from work a little bit later, so I thought, what the hell, why not? Let's do this. So I'm just going to jump right into it. These are in no order or anything. I've just literally been downstairs, picked them up, and come back up to the living room. It's a 3-story house, but no one cares about that. But I'm going to dive straight into the video. So, standard releases and then some special editions and a couple of steelbooks. I'm going to dive straight into it. So the first one we have, Wes Craven's The People Under the Stairs. This is... he's kind of... okay. So I'm a very active member in the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror Facebook group, and this is actually a discussion that's been popping up the last few days about Wes Craven, whether he's overrated. Well, whatever it is, he has some great films and he has some pretty bad films, and this doesn't really get a lot of, I wouldn't say critical acclaim, but it kind of has. It has a bit of a cult following, and it's a fun film. It has there's a lot of subtext to it, but even if you don't want to dive into that subtext, there's plenty going on. It's a well-made, fun film. I like the characters in it, and it's really enjoyable. So, film 1, The People Under the Stairs. Then we dive into my favourite Frank Henenlotter film, Brain Damage. This is one that I saw, I don't know how many years ago, on some really shitty Betamax. One of my old friends, I think it was this, with a double bill with this and some really dodgy porn. Yeah, that was our teenage evening. This was a lot better than the porn. This stuck in the memory. This is a fantastic edition that they've done. It looks super. This may be my favourite transfer that they've done because it looks and sounds so good. It's so crisp and clean. It's a fantastic release, and you have. I'm not really one for slipcovers, but I like when Arrow do their slipcovers because they don't do too many, but when they do, they try and do something a little bit different with them. This one, for example, it has like you have the normal sheen here, but then it has like a waxy kind of finish to it, and it's kind of like very lightly tinted metallic or something to it, but it looks fantastic. And then the actual artwork of the case itself is this, which again it's beautiful artwork. And what I love about the Arrow Video releases is the artwork that they do. They commission different people to do the different releases, and that's what I really like. They seem to get someone in that they do an artwork that is for the film. Like I'll choose Scream Factory now, for example. I think their artwork is fantastic. The couple of guys that they have do it, I don't know how many they have, but it's really fantastic artwork. But I think sometimes it maybe doesn't suit the film. I mean, it's great for like the Scream Factory brand. Everyone has that recognition. They see the illustration. It's like it's a Scream Factory thing. So from a branding point of view, that's really great. But I love like this can be a little bit hit and miss sometimes. Like the level of some of the artwork is not as good as some of the others. But I like that they try this, and more often than not, the artwork really fits the film, and I think that's fantastic. It's beautiful artwork. Another one, great example, is Necromantic. That special edition release they did from the first one, that box artwork was beautiful, fantastic. But anyway, my favourite, as I said, Frank Henenlotter film, Brain Damage. Right, next we have another slip. I think these are the only two slips that I have from Arrow. This I saw when it first came out. I think I hid it with a bunch of other films for my 11th birthday. The Guyver. And this one has like a really nice foil finish to it. I think it's like a cold foil finish that it's called. And it has the light hits it and you get this nice glimmer. And that's just the standard artwork. That's why I like the Brain Damage one, because you have different artworks, and this is the same, but it's great. Loved it when I first saw it, and you think it's kind of like, it's very Power Rangers-y, but I actually still really enjoyed it. I don't know how good the film is. I kind of probably need to watch it again. I've only seen it once since I bought it, and that was like a year ago. But I had fun. I had a nostalgic kind of trip with it, and it was good fun. And I will check it out again. So, The Guyver. Next we have one that I still have not seen. I started watching it and I enjoyed what I saw. I mean, I kind of heard that it's a film that people, when they see it's not really what they kind of think it is, but it doesn't matter. It's like if a film's good, it's good. Even if it's not what you're expecting, if you enjoy it, it's like, hey, it's great. It's probably even better. If it's completely not what you thought, it's probably more enjoyable. But it's The Beast Within. So you can't see that too well. There we go. So I do need to get back onto that at some point and watch it from the start. And here we have my second favourite, Fulci, The Beyond. Now my kind of gripe with this film is, it's not long enough. I know people have a thing where maybe films that they like short films, but I always tend to like long films. I don't know why, a bit weird like that sometimes. I'll pick a film that's longer. I just enjoy it. And the ending of this is kind of, I want that almost to be the halfway point or something. I'm like, please carry on. I love that haunted ending and that desolate landscape. It's superb. Awesome film. Awesome. Yeah. Great release. It's lovely, lovely artwork. Again, the artwork fits beautifully for that. Next we have, is it his black sheep of the family? I don't know. It's a little, okay, not all of his films are horror, but I don't think he's done another one like this. Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China. I love the artwork on that. Yeah, I mean, Carpenter, Russell, fantastic combination that these guys, they work really well together, and such a really great fun film. I remember seeing this as a kid, and I've seen it loads of times, and still really enjoy that one. And then we go to the Spanish director, J.P. Simon, Slugs. Now this is the first time I'd seen this when I picked this film up, and it was a blast. I had really good fun with this one. Yeah, look at that artwork. Yeah, Killer Slugs. What's not to love about Killer Slugs? Okay, next we go to the Ozploitation. Some Brian Trenchard Smith, Dead End Driving. Yeah, this is a really enjoyable film. Very post-apocalyptic. Yeah, I don't want to keep mentioning the artwork, but again, really superb artwork. Lovely. What a crap way to say it. But yeah, I've only seen this the once actually. I do need to watch it again. It was actually through the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror, mentioned their website earlier. Listened to their podcasts, and you had Derek guesting on there. 10 out of 10 Derek, or Cinema Attack. Yeah, he has his own podcast, and yeah, they had an Ozploitation episode, and this is one of the films they covered, and I had heard of it. But when they did the cover, it's like, I have to pick this up, especially when that Arrow had released it. It didn't disappoint. Now we go to my favourite Argento, the Italian Goat, and we have Deep Red. For the longest time, Tenebrae was my favourite, and then Marco, my Finnish buddy. Yeah, he's like, it's his number one. He's like, watch it again. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a fantastic giallo. There's plenty going on. It's complex, but it's one that you just pay attention and you won't get lost. So many interesting characters, great dialogue, good acting, great story. Yeah, superb film. Like I said, 10 out of 10. Argento's, I was going to say Argento's best. My favourite Argento. Fantastic film. And then we have one of the best remakes of all time. Actually, in my opinion, I actually have the best one somewhere in this pile. But this is definitely the top 5. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Philip Kaufman's 78 classic. Yeah, I love the feeling throughout this film. It's has a claustrophobic feel, and everything builds slowly, and you get this whole explosion crescendo at the end. Literally, really love that film, and iconic, very last scene. Great release, and as usual with Arrow, they have so many extras. The amount of detail that this company put into their releases, it's why they're my favourite. It's the first release company that I started collecting, and now I'm starting to get into more, especially since going region free. So I'm picking up Scream Factory, Blue Underground, one or two Synapse, Vinegar Syndrome, even going the other way, going to Umbrella from Australia, Second Sight from UK, 88 Films. Yeah, starting to build these things up, but Arrow, my first. They popped my cherry, and yeah, amazing company. Next we go into the crazy slasher, Madman Mars. I hadn't seen this one before, and I had a blast with this. It was great fun. Yeah, really simple slasher, but really enjoyable. Good story to it. This is another one that I saw in my friend's Betamax, dodgy Betamax days. This was not a double bill with any dodgy porn, but this was on its own. Motel Hell. So you can't see that too well. What a film. Awesome. Awesome film. Aha. And I actually obviously just mentioned a couple of minutes ago, 10 out of 10 Derek. And he put me onto this film. He recommended it. I believe his favourite director is Neil Jordan. And I'd heard of this film. I had not seen it. But it completely blew me away, and Bob Hoskins was amazing in this film. If you've not seen it, watch it. It's kind of one of those films, maybe I think it could be on a few people's lists to watch, and it's like I have a list of stuff. It's like, I should watch it, and I don't. A classic example, Shawshank Redemption. I owned that VHS for 2 years before I watched it, and we all know how good that film is. And this was as soon as I bought it, I did watch it, and why hadn't I watched it sooner? And here we have some zombie fun. Umberto Lenz's Nightmare City. This is a bit hit and miss with people, this zombie / infection film. Some people don't like it. They don't like the infected / zombies. They don't like the they certainly don't like the ending, but I always enjoy this one. Yeah. I don't find the ending a cop out. It's an enjoyable ride. There's plenty going on, and yeah, it's fun. Lenzi did a good job. Next we have this crazy one, The Visitor. Now, a few of the arrows that I pick up, it's like I've not seen, but the majority I have. This is one that happens to be in like the arrow sale, a long ago arrow sale. It's like £5. I was like, why not? Pick it up. And this thing is batshit crazy. I actually watched one of the interviews on it. Lance Henriksen's in this film, and that's pretty much what he said. He was like, it's just crazy. It's like what they're doing from 1 minute to the next. It was just insane. Yeah. It's like the plot is all over the place, but it's enjoyable. It is enjoyable. It has some good visuals to it. Yeah, I did enjoy it. I do need to check that out again soon. And next we have some Canadian goodness. My favourite Cronenberg film, Videodrome. Everyone knows what Videodrome. Yeah, I kind of got into the Arrow game a little bit too late and missed the special edition, which would have been a nice one to get at this, and the price is silly. Yeah, I think the most I've ever paid for any of my Arrows is £35. And that was, well, spoiler, it's the 4-film house set. Oh, and everything I kind of get, I tend to be pretty thrifty and get a lot on sales and eBay and stuff like that. Like the Steelbooks I've got, one was 13, 2 were 10, and one was £9. Yeah, thrifty, but kind of enjoy the hunt. Yeah, it's like I don't really want to spend loads of money on all these films. Obviously, there's money invested in all of these, but I love a good bargain. Anyway, Videodrome. Next we have Brian De Palma's very underrated, I think, Sisters. Now, people like within the horror and cult community obviously know this one, but kind of outside, it's kind of not too talked about. Margot Kidder has a fantastic performance in this. I was not expecting that first time I saw this to see how good she is. But great film, yeah. Of course, some great cinematography. I love the split screen action when that goes on. It's like some of my favourite piece of filmmaking. Yeah. But again, Awesome artwork. Great film. Highly recommend that as a pickup. This one I haven't seen. Again, this was like an Amazon buy for like £4, and it's I know it's Japanese. It's a '60s film, and that's kind of all I know. I really don't know anything about it, but it's an Arrow release, and I was like, they tend to release pretty good films. I don't have any Arrow releases that I own that I don't like. Again, okay, so there are releases of Arrow Video that I'm not really interested in, so I just don't buy them. I'm not a completist. I collect because I enjoy. I don't feel that to have that pressure of, like, say if these were numbered, I'd be like, I don't care if I don't have all the numbers. I just do it for the enjoyment, and I just buy what I want. And it's £4, so it's like, I'll take a punt on that one. And then, okay, first time watches. This was a first time watch, and this was great fun. The Mutilator. I picked this up in an older Arrow sale. This was actually along with The People Under the Stairs. I got this one. Yeah, there's some great kills in this. It doesn't feel like a typical slasher, like how it all starts off and how the ball gets rolling. It's quite different, and I really liked it. Yeah, it has a different feel to it. And I like the approach, and I love the kills. Good film. Right. Mr. Tobe Hooper. Yeah, I'm joking. Tobe Hooper. This film gets some shit, and I don't understand why. Watched it the other day again. Really enjoy this. Life Force. Yeah, it's a great film. It's good story, good script. They got great cast for it. Maybe people don't like the length. It's just under 2 hours, so really not too long for me. Yeah, awesome soundtrack. Yeah, the score for this fits everything about this film. Just slots together, and yeah, really enjoyable film. I honestly do not understand the hate that one gets. Okay, this is actually another one that I have not seen. It's I know about it. It's Jack Hill, and I know there's an appearance of Sid Haig, that he is in this. It's a £5 pickup. Pit Stop. I will watch this at some point soon. I should stop slacking and get on to that. And here we have another Cronenberg, Canadian Goodness. This had the rather beautiful, what's her name? Monroe. No, Marilyn Chambers. It's Rabid. Kind of wasn't what I was expecting when I saw this back in the day, but I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, it's a really good film. It's a nice body horror in this. Obviously Cronenberg's well known for. I really enjoy his style of film. Yeah, Rabid. And then the last for the standard, although this isn't standard, this is a 3-disc special edition, and it's from one of my neighbours, the east side neighbours of Finland, Swedish horror, Evil Ed. Again, this is one that doesn't really get a lot of love, but I really enjoy this film. It's this is it's what I expected it to be. It delivered with everything. Yeah, it's good fun. Again, another one that I don't understand why people don't like it. But anyway, now we'll jump on to my, I won't say my nicer ones, but they're all nice. They're Arrow releases, but special edition pile. Well, the one on the top, we have Bride of Reanimator. Ooh, we can't really see that, sorry. It's a little bit dark in here, I do apologise. The summer's coming, so we'll be seeing obviously I'm in Helsinki, so like 23 hours of daylight soon. Now summer's on its route, but we're not quite there yet, so there's some darkness. And you can't see this too well, I do apologise. But yeah, Bride of Reanimator. Lovely edition, this. Has a great booklet to it. And the only gripe with the packaging is not really a fair one, because it's really great packaging, but now they do things in that big, hard, sturdy box that you can beat a puppy to death with. Sorry for saying that, but they're big, heavy things, and this is like a standard card one, and it's like, just seems so flimsy now compared to the others. But really great release for using a classic. Yeah, Bride of Reanimator. Next, talking of stunning artworks, we have Carrie. Now I'm actually in the process of looking to buy a new house with my wife, and there's been a discussion, and she's very happy for me to have like a cinema room, and a room where I can start piling up all my DVDs and Blu-rays and get some really nice shelves. And I have quite a few of these awesome Arrow Special Editions with the posters in, and so I think I'm going to get those all framed and have them put up in the room. But everyone knows this film, and this, so happy when they released this, because I didn't own Carrie. It's kind of almost like I was waiting for some special edition to come out, and it did, and yeah, it did not disappoint. Beautiful edition. Next we go to Region 1. As I mentioned earlier, I'm actually Region 3. But I missed the boat. I didn't pick this up, and it started going, it's like £50–60. And I went onto Amazon.com, and it was like, with delivery, $30. Donnie Darko. And I've not watched any of this yet. I've taken a look at it all, and that's it. That's all I've done. I need to start putting these discs in and watching, because I do enjoy this film. Apologies, I can't remember the director's name, but I think I've seen a couple of other of his films, and they're not to the level of this, but this was one of my favourite films of the last, of this millennium. Yeah, great film, and it looks a superb edition. I haven't dug into it. Talking about thrifty, this is one I wished I picked up, because I saw it £10–15 all the time, and suddenly jumped up to 30. That sounds cheap. I didn't want to pay £30 for it, but like I said, I enjoy shopping around, and I managed to bag this somehow on eBay for £14. TCM2. Yeah, this is an awesome edition. Again, it's in the softer cardboard, but doesn't matter. Kind of fits really well with this one. Awesome, great film. So much fun, and a crazy edition. Yeah. TCM2. Next, we have my number 2 all-time favourite film. My number 1 favourite remake. So pretty much everyone will know what that is by now by me saying that. It's The Thing. Now, I was actually on holiday in Spain when this was released, when it was going on sale, and I had terrible connection. I was struggling to find Wi-Fi. Like here in Finland, in Helsinki, like you walk around, everywhere it's just free Wi-Fi, and it's pumping out everywhere you go. In Spain, it's not like that, especially where I was in first time trip to Malaga, and yeah, it was the time when the Arrow site, I think it's when they first launched their new site, and it was just crashed. It just went mad. Probably not a good time to release a new site when you're releasing this. And Amazon was also having problems for some reason, but I managed to pick it up. I got onto the Arrow site, and this wasn't working, the link, for some reason, but I managed to snag the Steelbook. Not the edition I wanted, but I was like, I don't care, it's an awesome edition, I'll grab that. But then they sorted it out, and I actually managed to get it from, I think it was Amazon, that they had some copies. It was fantastic. And then, so I contacted Arrow and said I didn't want the Steelbook. Because, to be honest, I only wanted one edition, and I didn't want to be a scalping arsehole and keep one of the greatest films ever made out of someone who loves the film and loves these awesome releases out of their hands. It didn't seem fair that I would like drop it onto eBay and start people have bidding wars and that. And so I was like contacted Arrow. I was like, no, thank you very much. So we can go back into circulation. Someone else can sell that. Now I know other people buy multiple versions of the film. I like Jarrett from the 22 Shots page. He has several editions, but those are for him. He loves that film, and awesome. If you want, you can have as many copies as you want, as long as you want to keep them. That I love. It's when people double and triple dip to get things to sell later just for a price. I really hate that. So I never tend to. I always have trust issue when you see people like they have their things and they're still sealed. I'm like, why the hell is that still sealed? If you love that, you'd have watched it by now. You're going to scalp it at some point. Beautiful edition. Going to make a great poster, that one up on the wall. And then we have my first special edition release that I ever picked up. I love this film. Craven again. Definitely one of his hits. The Hills Have Eyes. Scary stuff when I saw this. Maybe one of my first horror films when I was really young. Yeah, love it. Stuck with me. Okay. This I picked up. It was a double. There was this, and I think maybe it was The Beast Within. So I got this and The Beast Within on eBay for £14, which is insane. This was one of the films that got me into Asian cinema back in the day. Japanese cinema, Korean cinema. Obviously Japanese, but yeah. Need to watch this with my brother-in-law, who is Japanese. Everyone knows Battle Royale. Yeah, it's one of my all-time favourite films, and this edition is insane. I can't believe I got this for £14. Well, this and the other release, Beast Within. I think it was that or something. Awesome. A little gripe with this is the height of it. It's like DVD height, but oh well. Doesn't make any difference. And now we have another J.P. Simon slasher. Motherfucking pieces. Yeah, love this film. I think this is very similar artwork to the Grindhouse release. Doesn't matter. They both look great. I think they're both great additions. Another company that I like. I only have 2 films of theirs. I was going to say The Cat in the Hat, The Cat in the Brain, A Cat in the Brain, that one, and of course Cannibal Holocaust. Those are the only 2 I have. I would like to pick up a few more. They do great releases as well. Pieces. Awesome kills in there. Now we have another. This was just because of a rights issue. This was only a Region 1 release. Reanimator. Now, I'm not overly OCD with my things. I do really keep good condition of them, but I won't wrap everything in cellophane and like bubble wrap it and have it up hidden away. No, everything is used and I watch it and I enjoy it. But this had some damage that I was a bit gutted about. And if you see that corner, you can't see too badly. There, maybe you can see. It got bashed. Because it came from America. so it got bashed, and there's a slight, you can see there, it got a bit squashed and popped out a little bit creased there. The disc and the book and everything's fine. It's just a very, very light piece of wear. It's not scuffed or anything, it's just bashed. So this is one I got from Amazon. So I just dropped them an email and said, look, this has happened. I sent them some photos, and they got back to me and said, really sorry. Unfortunately, this is because I asked. I was like, well, I'll send this back. Can I have a new one? And they were like, well, this is a limited release, and we don't have it anymore. So I was like, great. I was like, well, not really a lot we can do there. It'd be nice to have it for free, like refund, but any sort of refund that I have, I will be grateful, appreciative. And they were good enough to give me a full refund, postage and for the actual film, which I thought was fantastic. I've never had. I use Amazon, like UK all the time. I use the US one. I use the German one, the Spanish one, the Italian one at times. And I've never had any problems with Amazon. And that I was just like, fair play. That was really good of them. So I was very lucky to get this for free. So thank you, Amazon. Okay, so we have some steelbooks now. So I actually got some cases for these because I was like, they're steelbooks, I don't want to get them scratched. And so I got some cases, and Sam from the 22 Shots Facebook page kind of gave me a heads up and was like, be careful because you get little bits of flex in there, and then you slide the disc in, it can get scratched to hell. Slide the case in, the steelbook. So a bit of microfiber cloth, a bit of rub down, and everything seems fine. So this is great. So they're a bit like protected now. Sorry, this is really difficult to show, so she's getting dark now. Dario Argento's Inferno. Really beautiful artwork. All the ones I happen to have, they all tend to be black. They are black steelbooks. Next one I got. This is a new one. All the other three were second hand. It was Inferno was £10 eBay, great price. This was actually from Zavvi, so it's the new release of Society. Because I really like the special edition of Society, but I didn't have that, so they released this. I actually got this was cheaper than the standard release, so I was like, yeah, I'll get that. Okay, and then some insane person sold me this on eBay again for £10. Tenebrae. This is maybe my favourite Arrow that I have. This actual release right here. Stunning steelbook, and it has so many great extras, and the transfer is incredible. I feel bad for saying it's my second favourite, because it was my favourite for so many years, and then Deep Red's incredible, but so is this. This is incredible too. Another 10 out of 10. And the last one, we have the double bill. Demons and Demons 2. This was like, I think it's £14 with I think it's £12 and with £2 delivery or something. Awesome film. Love the artwork as well with this one. Crazy stuff. Who doesn't love Demons? Yeah, awesome films. Umberto Bava's Contained Horror. Yeah, awesome films. Okay, we have standard release, but they came in a lovely box. The Hellraisers. This always goes for crazy cheap. I saw it was going for like $12.99 on Amazon or something. I think I got this for like 16 or 17 or something, but $12.99. It's like I think that's cheaper than maybe than the individual releases of these things. But great set.
It's not the Scarlet box, but it's perfect for me. Yeah, it has plenty of extras on it. It has the Leviathan for Hellraiser and Hellraiser 2. Awesome documentary. Great release. Love this. Big sturdy box as well. Great artwork. And then, from what I spoiled earlier, my most expensive purchase film in my collection, my entire collection, £35. Cheap ass, I know. It's the Regent 2, so all 4 films of House. Grew up watching the first one, and I've never seen any of the others. God knows how many times I've seen the first one. Loved the fun ride of House 2. Really enjoyed the horror show. Not really House 3, it's the horror show. Really enjoyed that one, and I've still not seen the 4th one yet. Not heard great stuff about that. But then I've not really heard great stuff about the horror show, but I really enjoyed it, so that's as it is. And then Argento really does get the Arrow love. And this is one of the best artworks. A lot of people, well, not a lot, some people didn't like this for some reason, but I think it's stunning. And again, I can't wait to have this one up on the wall. Bird with a clustered plumage. As Giallos go, this is one of the simpler ones to follow. If some people find them difficult to follow, then if you want to introduce someone to Giallo, this is a great one to get. Really enjoyable film. And my last one in the collection, Argento again. One of the greatest soundtracks in cinema history, I think. It's so good, that soundtrack. Well, the Giallo jarring music of what they like to put in. Oh, it fits brilliantly. And this is an awesome edition. We have the American Creepers release as well. And again, stunning artwork. Really, really awesome artwork. Yeah, fantastic release. And that's it. It's most definitely not the biggest Arrow collection that there is out there, but I'm proud of this. This is my Arrow collection. Yeah, and I love every film that I have from this collection. Said I have 2 coming in the post from the Arrow sale. It's Burnt Offerings and The Fury. 2 films I love. So again, that'll bump up the numbers, and then I'll keep going. To be honest, there's not so many that have been released recently that I've been wanting to get, but I'm not griping, I'm not bitching, I'm not moaning. They release a huge range of films. They're a cult video company. They're not a horror company, so yeah. Some films are great. They release musicals, that they release all over the shop, all over stuff. It's one of the reasons why I really like them. And yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm going to stop talking because already this is like coming up to like 45 minutes almost, and I seem to talk a lot. But I will try and become a little bit more active again. I do want to do some more videos again soon, and start doing some reviews or something. I haven't kind of figured out what to kind of do yet. Maybe do some Renny Harlin kind of filmography. Yeah, why not? I live in Finland. I should get the Renny Harlin stuff done. Right, thank you. This is the end of the video. As I mentioned earlier, I've done a few fill-in reviews for body bags, the awesome body bags. If you don't watch those, you should do. Subscribe, and then every so often you'll see my face pop up as well. But yeah, shout out as kind of should do. For 22 shots of moods and horror, you have JP, Jeremy, and Moods. Don't want to be in the Hall of Fuckers. I get so much of my horror, probably 90% of everything I pick up with horror is like through that of information and just general bits and pieces that have been posted from polls. I learned so much from that group, and it's and the podcast, of course, from the. But that's how I first got into the whole 22 Shots world. So huge shout out to those guys. And of course, we have Cinema Attack that I really enjoy listening to. Exploding Heads, of course. The Woodsboro Bros. Kill the Cast. These are the ones. There are other ones that I should check out that I just haven't had the time to. But like there's like Horror Mafia, for example. I need to start listening to them. I heard good things. So yeah, most of these people have YouTube videos as well. So just sign up to some group pages and you'll find out an awful lot about horror. But anyway, that really is the end of the video. So if you're still around, thank you for watching and good night.